Hey, what's up, guys? Clint McGill with Baseball Notes here, and today's 2-minute takeaway is coming from the Mike Schmidt study by Mike Schmidt and Rob Ellis here. And this book is very hard to find and loaded with good stuff. We need to put this back into print. I don't know why this fell out of favor, but there's just so much good stuff. And today we're going to talk about what can help increase your batting average. And so today we're going to talk about what can help to increase your batting average. And Mike Schmidt made the point. And today we're going to talk about something that can really help you increase your batting average. You see, one of the things that Mike shares in this book about how to increase your batting average. So if you want to, one of the things Mike talks about in this book is how to hit for high average. And if you want to be a productive hitter and hit for a high average, there's one thing that you've really got to be mindful of, and I don't hear anybody talking about, and that is the quality. And one thing Mike talks about in this book to help you increase your batting average is something that I haven't heard anywhere else, anywhere taught. And one of the things that Mike talks about here in this book on how to increase your batting average that I haven't heard taught anywhere else is the quality of your miss hits. You see, it's easy to hit the ball. What Mike says in here is that it's easy to hit the ball hard whenever your timing is right and everything just lines up perfectly, right? But that's going to be less than half of the time that you're really going to line it up. So the other half, 60, maybe even 70% of your at-bats, whether you have success in those at-bats or not, is completely determined by the quality of your miss hits. Now, what we mean by that is when you're out in front a little bit, if you still have the barrel into the zone, that you can still make good contact. And likewise, if you're on plane and that ball is there a little bit early, if your barrel is right there, you can still make contact with and shoot it off into opposite field, then you're much more likely to have success than if you've rolled over already. So let me show you a couple of drills that can help you with that. All right, one thing that's really going to improve the quality of your missed hits is having proper extension. And what that means is, again, it's real easy to hit the ball hard whenever you have perfect hit. All right, one drill I like is just working on extension here. And just off the tee, like I said, when everything's perfect timing and you catch that ball cleanly on the barrel, well, hey, and nothing really matters outside of that, right? But if you're early on the pitch, what you don't want to do is just roll over, right? And I see that with a lot of young hitters. You can kind of see it where their elbow, watch this back elbow, instead of staying here through the baseball, they'll kind of pop out here a little bit. You know what I mean? Make contact, and then you're just automatic into rollover. So what we can do, what I do with a lot of younger kids, if you have two tees, you can do it, but we'll set a baseball up and say, hey, don't just hit this baseball, hit this one too. So you want to give them a target to hit through the ball, hit the baseball right here, and make good contact with this next one. And what that does is it kind of separates your and so what that does is it really gets good extension really through the back. That's really a good way to do that. So see the barrel doesn't roll over. It's still in good contact as opposed to already twisting over. So it kind of gets them used to hitting this baseball and getting out to that next one and still giving themselves a chance to hit the ball hard, even though they didn't time it up just right. And one other thing that Mike says in this book, which is pretty interesting, is that whenever you're scuffling, is to really try to hit ground balls. And this really goes counter to what you're hearing a lot in baseball right these days at the major leagues, where guys are trying to hit fly balls and try to hit home runs. And what he says is that it's often more likely to get a productive out. Another thing that Mike points out here in this book is that he really likes to hit ground balls whenever you're. One other thing that I'd like to point out from Mike's book, which is really interesting, is that whenever he was talking about the high quality of his miss hits, he really preferred ground balls over fly balls. And that really flies in the face of what we hear a lot today, but it's really worthwhile to hear from a Hall of Famer who's had so much success. And his point was that any pop up, especially at the major league level, was an absolute out. It was just dead meat. Whereas, hey, you get a ball off the end of the bat, on the ground, it still has a chance to scoot through. And hey, you get on first base, feel better about yourself, and things can get rolling. So anyway, especially at the youth level, I think it can really be beneficial that you want to be hitting ground balls. If you're scuffling at all, really get back on top of that baseball, get the ball through, start making better contact again, and you're going to be right back on your way to success. So that's the 2-minute takeaway for today. Pick up this book if you get a chance. If you can find it, I highly recommend checking it out. And if you have any questions, just let me know. So that's today's 2-minute takeaway on the book, The Mike Schmidt Study. And we've got more coming from there. And if you enjoyed that, you have any questions, click subscribe, reach out to me. I'd love to hear about you. And we'll talk to you soon. Anyway, take care. Anyway, that's today's 2-minute takeaway from the Mike Schmidt Study, and a really good book if you can find it. A lot of good information. We're going to go over that some more. And if you like that, click subscribe. Reach out to me if you have any questions. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. And anyway, we'll talk to you soon. Have a good day.